I'm Jen. Welcome to more Gore movie reviews. And for my first video review, we are going to talk about a movie that really screwed me up for like a while. In fact, even the second time watching it, when you already, those movies where you watch them and you're like, oh shit, and then you give it some time and then you watch it all the way, you give it a break, you rest, right? You let certain, wine, you let it rest, right? And then you come back to it later and you take another taste. And anyways, I don't know how that shit works, but I watched it again all the way through with a friend. I exposed my friend to this movie because I thought he would enjoy it, and he loved it for various reasons. I think he can also relate to the characters on a personal level, so I think that also enhanced his experience with this movie. But yeah, it fucked me up. Hereditary. I love Studio A24. God bless you, A24, for taking a chance and doing some kind of real dark, and not, in a cheese way, just total dark, slow burn horror films, and psychologically fucked. Like, I don't know how else to explain this, but the movies that they have been doing are so good, and I don't even like all of them, but I appreciate what that studio is doing for other movies. Heads up, they're coming out with a movie someday with all the corona stuff going on. I don't know if they'll ever release it, or if they're just gonna roll over and try for home release. But The Green Knight looks amazing. Dev Patel is an amazing actor, and the story looks incredible. It looks like if they borrowed Guillermo del Toro, god damn, his name is so hard to say sometimes. If they borrowed him and we're like, okay, so not in the cheese, but go a little darker with this, and here's this concept, and it's, Arthurian, Knights of the Round Table meets, some crazy, scary shit along the way. And it just looks really good. If you have not seen the trailer, please check it out. Back to Hereditary. So, I cannot explain this movie without spoiling it. What I can say is when you watch the trailer, you get the impression, they imply it is about a little girl who's a little off. Something's not right there, and it looks like, okay, it's like it looks like it's gonna be one of those real slow movies. And from the trailer, it looks like you can kind of predict what happens, and oh, okay, this little girl is going to be real creepy, and she's haunted, and this is totally predictable. No, just no. It is not predictable. This movie really challenges you. It takes you on such a ride that you don't expect. And I'm going to try again until I get to the spoiled rotten section not to spoil it. I will say the actors are amazing. Toni Collette, I love her. She's amazing. I've loved her since Muriel's Wedding when I was a kid, and she's great in everything she does. She's just a fucking terrific actress no matter what role. But I love that she takes chances with these types of things, these kind of low-key horror, and I say it with a question mark because they didn't really market it as such, but it's disturbing. It is disturbing, and I like it. So the young cast is great. The Wolf brothers, they're both good actors. I think it's Nat Wolf that is in this one, and he actually legit broke a body part while filming this. It was insane. Those things that you kind of hear about and you're like, oh shit, this stuff really happened on the set of this. So, and then you have, I believe it's Gabriel Byrne. I want to say Gabriel. Please forgive me if it's Peter Byrne, but I think it's Gabriel. He was in Stigmata. He played a priest. He's excellent. He's great. Again, he doesn't even have a big part. He's such a great... If his part is one of the smallest and he's such a great actor, that's when you know it's going to be good. It's like they're not even utilizing all that talent. That's fucking phenomenal. So anyways, this is very artfully done. This movie cinematically is perfection. If I taught a horror movie, no, scratch that. If I taught a film and television class in general, and I did take film and television in college way back in the day for a bit, if I taught a class, this is a movie I would show my class because it's really good at making people kind of question, what am I watching right now? Am I watching something real or am I watching something fake? And you learn as you go. You're not spoon-fed anything, which I appreciate also, because a lot of horror movies especially, they spoon-feed us so bad. They really just don't think much of us as in terms of challenging us psychologically. It's just, this is this, like those really forced dialogues too, where, oh yeah, of course, this curse in 1962 of this blah 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 blah, and they give you like the whole thing. It's like, dude, just let me figure it out. Let me piece some shit together, please. Give me a break. Trust me to figure this out. I can figure this out. So anyways, Hereditary is like a crock pot of brilliance in the way of the first half hour that I watched this movie. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I could have knitted a fucking sweater during it and just been like, you know, I was just kind of here and there. I'd be checking my phone. I just wasn't into it. I was like, oh, this is really slow, and this is gonna be one of those ones where they kind of promise a payoff, but it's probably not gonna be that great. And then, boom, fucking rocket ship, right? You're just blown out into the ether. And then it's like that for the rest of the movie. It's like boom, 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 boom. You can't stop. And it just continually takes you down that rabbit hole. And I just love that so much. And it just keeps getting more and more fucked up. And I like that. I'm just like, keep me surprised. One thing you will learn about me, I predict endings like within the first 5 minutes of the movie. It pisses my friends off. It really does. I had a friend, I watched Would You Rather. I guessed the ending of that movie in the first 2 scenes, and my friend was so pissed. She's like, do you even want to watch this movie? Hi, Destiny. But, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch it. Okay, it's obvious I know what happens in the end, but I still want to watch it. But I'm really Gothica, I guessed like that. There's just movies where I'm just, it's so predictable, I can't. I'm just like, that's the killer. That guy did that. This person's gonna come back. It's obvious that there's a movie, Happy Death Day, or Death Day, something like that, with the baby mask. And I was like, oh, it's obvious in the trailers that this was the killer. And my friend that saw it goes, get the fuck out. How did you know that? I was like, dude, it's fucking obvious. So anyways, moving on to Hereditary and back, reining it back in. So if you liked, say, The Witch, right? Another, I believe, A24 studio produced movie, you would like, I think, Hereditary. Hereditary is definitely not what you think it's going to be. And there is a, God, I hope this isn't spoiling anything. It is like, it's got a mythos to it. There is an expanded story behind the story. And it's something that you can actually look into later and research and go, holy shit, like, I didn't even know that this stuff existed, or wow, you know, like it's going to make you think about it for days after the fact. You're going to think about this movie and you're gonna be like, well, damn, like, if this could happen, then X, Y, and Z can happen. Or, you know, I wonder if this has ever actually fucking happened and we just don't even know about it. Like, it's one of those. It will keep you thinking about it and digesting it for days to come, and it'll fuck you up. I highly recommend it. Just, if you don't like being disturbed, because I do feel there is a difference between being scared and disturbed. If you do not like being disturbed, don't watch it. If you're just like, oh no, I like, you know, kind of predictable jump scare, scary movies, this is not going to be up your alley. So that being said, where can you watch it? You can watch it on Amazon Prime right now. And if you don't have Amazon Prime, you better go find your grandma or find someone that's got it so you can watch it at their house. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the spoiled rotten portion in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off now. I am not going to repeat myself. This is now going to be spoilers. Spoiled rotten. So, if you have watched this, the telephone pole scene, holy fucking gorgonzola. What? You think this is gonna be, that's what I was talking about before, you think this is gonna be like a certain kind of movie and you're like, oh, this is kind of boring, it's gonna be one of those, and so there's gonna be a little bit of teases here and there of some scary shit, but in the end it's not gonna be all that great. And then, and fucking, and it just keeps going through the whole rest, and I just fucking couldn't deal, because I was not expecting her to be gone within the first fucking 15 minutes, half an hour. I thought that movie was gonna be about her the whole fucking time. Holy shit. Anyways, that is a surprise moment. Again, if you're watching this, you don't care about being spoiled anyways. But that moment and beyond, it climbs and gets crazier. And it's just a fucking ride. And that spoiler is as much as I will give in terms of plot points, obviously. But, you know, I love movies that have to do specifically not just with supernatural, but with the concept of demonology, demons, Satan, you know, that kind of shit scares me, because there's an element of realism, I believe, to it. I really believe in exorcisms and shit like that, and that it's possible to be possessed. That shit is scary. And this is one of those movies that really does it right. It's not cheesy. There is good cheese. You'll hear me talk about good cheese. I call it Gouda. It's Gouda cheese. It's Gouda. But this is not one of those movies. This is not cheesy at all. You will like it. If you can handle the slowness of it, it is worth it. The follow-up that Ari did, Ari is the director of that movie, is Midsummer, but spelled Midsummer. It screws with my head. But I watched that also on Amazon Prime. It's okay. I like that too, but I don't like it as much as Hereditary, because Hereditary was a real good surprise to me. I really enjoyed that thrill of that movie. It also has to do with, there's an underlying thing I think some people can really relate to, and it's just dealing with the patterns of narcissism in your family, dealing with mothers who can't relate to their children, and kind of, they're a little selfish and they're a little fucked up, and they're not the best mother, but they struggle with it. And it's, you know, there's family dynamics in that movie that I think everybody can kind of, or not everybody, but some people can relate to. And that's what makes it great too, is they utilize that in the movie. Like, they think she's going crazy. She's not, but they think she is because of all the trauma and all of the, shit that she's pulled before. It's like crying wolf, right? That's scary because when people don't believe you, when you lose credibility and you're legitimately asking for help, you're like, hey, this fucking crazy shit is happening. I can't. And they think, oh, well, she's fucking finally lost it. And it's like, no, she's serious, but it sucks because nobody believes her because she's been kind of nuts a little bit. And it's, that's a scary place to be in. And I like movies that make you kind of put you in that position, like, man, I can relate to that, or I if that would be scary for me to try to explain what's happening to my family, and my family doesn't take me seriously because they think I'm fucking losing it. How do you come to terms with that? How do you protect them? You can't. So really good. The effects are amazing. They look all practical. I don't even know. I'm sure he used some little CG, but the CG that was used, if any, oh well, yeah, there's a part in my head specifically there where it's like, yeah, there's no fucking way. But it's not distracting. You don't kind of see the effect. It's not ruined. It's not overdone. If anything, if there even was, which I heard that Ari likes practical effects, if there is any CGI, it's almost unnoticeable. Thank you for that. So it is good. It is worth it. It is a mind fuck for sure. So be prepared for that. Not for kids. Gory but not excessive. And the gore was smartly done. It was necessary, let's put it that way. It's not gratuitous. There are some, even that I'm just like, okay, come on, fuck, let's tone it down a little bit, calm the terror ticks. So go on Amazon Prime. I'm sure it might be on other streaming services, but not that I can think of off the top of my head. Other A24. I tried watching The Lighthouse. I couldn't get. I love Willem Dafoe too. God, I love Willem. I'm oddly sexually attracted to Willem Dafoe. I don't know how that happened. Don't even get me started on that. But anyways, I couldn't even Willem Dafoe could not save The Lighthouse for me, which is a shame. But again, I applaud what they're doing. They're doing something different. A black and white movie. In this day and age of people that are so fucking spoiled, that their attention spans are like this. Like, that's a risk. That movie was a risk. I didn't personally find it to be a payoff. I think they could have gone further. Their climax was a little too subtle for me, to where I was like, okay, maybe a little more spoon feeding could have applied. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. This is my first video. I apologize for the tangents. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please spread the word to your friends. My goal, hopefully, I'll be toning the cursing down eventually. Hopefully, maybe I can get monetized and then I can do more of these. And not just make it like a fun hobby. And if that's all it is, that's great too. But it would be nice maybe to monetize it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys. So write me a comment below if you agreed, if you disagreed, what you liked. Be respectful, please. No spoilers in the comments, because I'm trying to respect people to not be spoiled that don't want to be spoiled. Okay? So I will see you again later, and keep it haunted.